have been dealing with Hurricane Helene.
Doesn't even look like anything. Just a bunch of clouds. We got a bunch of low clouds too. Good morning, beautiful people. It is not currently raining, but boy howdy did we get some rain last night. It was actually one of those nights where we had a pretty insane thunderstorm. We had one at about, I don't know, 9 o'clock, and then we had another one at 2 o'clock. It was one of those epic thunderstorms where it looks like there's a rave or something going on outside. Just strobing thunder and lightning just non-stop for what felt like hours. We got 3 inches of water out of that last storm last night, and there's more coming. There's a hurricane on its way supposedly, and judging by all of the weather predictions, the National Weather Service, we're kind of on the edge. They're saying our area could see as much as 10 inches. That's gonna be crazy. So we are already prepared. Kind of sucks because it means I can't work on this stuff. We got a lot of water last night. It is a mud hole out here. So instead of working in the mud, I'm going to go inside, and me and Meg are going to make some bacon. All right, are you ready to help? We'll see how long your energy level lasts. See if we can make it through a whole project. Yes, we will need lots and lots. Who's gonna grind the pepper?
I am.
You are?
I don't think you quite have the...
That's a lot of pepper to grind.
That is.
I'm gonna cheat.
Does it go this way?
Yeah.
Well done.
Oh, cool. That'll be short work.
That's a lot of fresh ground pepper. So we have actually filmed making bacon lots of times. We're just gonna do it again.
Yeah.
It is the theme of the season right now. We need to clean out the freezer, and we still have bacon, like pork belly in the freezer from last year that we haven't turned into bacon yet.
Yeah.
So we defrosted a whole bunch of pork belly. We're gonna get it under cure, and then in about a week I'll take it and throw it on the smoker, smoke it, and then we'll put it back in the fridge, cool it down, and then slice it, and we'll have bacon. Lots of bacon to make.
So I'm getting my tiny little scale ready for grams because it's not enough to really register on any of the bigger scales. So tiny little scale, salt, brown sugar, and pepper. We do about 2 to 2.25% salt. That's what we like for our bacon. And then I do half of that in brown sugar, and then we just do a good sprinkling of black pepper. I don't weigh that. It's not a big deal. So we've got to get the big scale for the slabs of bacon. We weigh it all out in grams, and then we'll calculate, figure out what we need.
Yep.
Grab scale?
Let me set this down.
Okay.
That one is 1,800 grams even.
Okay.
1,800.
100 times. Do you want more salty?
Actually, yeah. Do
2.25. I usually do 2.
2? Yeah, let's do 2.25.
It has to be edible. Percent. All right, 40.5 grams of salt.
So you're just weighing out the salt.
Yep.
Ever
Ever so slightly more.
So what was 2.25% in salt?
40.5 grams. So 40.62. So I'll do half of that, which is going to be 20.25. 2. Okay.
Somewhere around there.
It's the sugar isn't as critical. The salt is for the curing. The sugar's not as critical. And then, like I said, we like a decent amount of black pepper. Ooh, that smells.
It does smell really good.
So there's that. Ben will mix that up and get that on the pork, and then we'll put it in a bag and vacuum seal it.
Or just get it combined. Doesn't have to be super combined. And I just rub it. And doing, what is this called? The absolute method?
The equilibrium.
This is called the equilibrium method. And doing it this way, all of this rub is what we need to cure this piece of pork. So it's kind of a no-brainer. And we can reuse that.
All right.
And that one's ready. So I will say it does not matter getting any of the salt back here on the skin. It doesn't really make a difference. We've done it before, and the skin just gets cut off after we smoke it.
Right,
So,
especially since we're vacuum sealing it. That kind of gets everything to suck into the meat itself. So if we were doing it like in a tub, we might put some on the back just so it soaks through the backside. But with the vacuum sealing, it does the work.
we don't necessarily cover bacon making every class we do, but it is something we will definitely talk about. If you want to like learn how to do this more in detail, our class we're hosting with the Hand Hewn Farm guys, Doug and Andy, they cover this. We were already making bacon. We've learned in various places. Meg learned from books and various YouTube videos and things like that. Bacon's really easy. I would say this is probably the first cured meat we ever played around with. If this is something you are wanting to learn so you can feed you and your family, we have classes available if you want to come get your feet wet. So we'll leave a link to our website. You can go check it out. We still have a few tickets available, especially for the Hand Hewn class in January. So come on down if you're interested. You want to talk about what we're doing next and why?
Yeah, so I have one little copa here that I'm going to vacuum seal while we got the vacuum sealer out. It's ready. I know it's ready.
It's been ready for like 6 months.
I've just left it up there.
Honestly, we've made enough copas. We just haven't needed to cut into it.
Yeah, and that's fine. And I mean, they will store indefinitely, but they just dry out more and more.
It's probably inedible now because it's going to be so hard and dry.
Well, so what we're going to do is we're going to unwrap it, take the string off and take the collagen wrapper off, and then we're going to vacuum seal it and just stick it in the fridge. It'll last there, and that will help kind of equalize any of the moisture that is left in it to, you know, soften what's too dry and kind of dry out what's maybe still a little too soft on the inside. So yeah, the target was 766 grams and we're at 532. So
ooh, it's going to be like a piece of wood.
Yeah, we're definitely past. So that's been our biggest struggle, is once they're dry, like making sure to check them in time. So I think what we need to do is get on like maybe a monthly schedule of checking.
Just check all the hanging meats.
Yeah. So anyways.
Now I will say, if you can slice off a piece of one of these hard ones, the flavor is amazing.
They are delicious. It's just hard to slice them. That's the problem. And some of them are a little hard to chew as well, but for the most part, they're very tasty even when they're on the dry side. That is kind of hard, but we will do what we can to get it off, because that part's not tasty.
It's unchewable.
Yeah. Okay. I think I've got it all.
Okay.
I think the rest is just like fat.
Oh.
Wow, that's not that hard.
That's not that hard.
Oh, good. Good.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Beautiful. Oh.
Smell this.
Oh. Oh, that smells delectable.
That was not as hard as I was expecting. This right here is meat candy.
Oh, yeah.
Meat candy.
Daddy, could you chop me some?
Dad's gonna try to slice it real thin, because you gotta slice it thin.
Do you want that?
Good.
It is a little bit dry.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit of spice.
Mm-hmm. Really tasty.
That's pretty tasty.
That's good. I'm happy with that one. All right, we'll get that vacuum sealed.
And then hopefully it'll quit drying out.
Yeah.
All right. We have these copas that need to be wrapped. So these are copas that we got cured. They're ready to be wrapped. They have actually been under cure for quite a while.
Yeah.
Since it was spring. It was spring.
January.
So we're gonna open these up.
Yeah.
This isn't the first time we've done this either.
And it's fine, because they are in the salt solution and they're vacuum wrapped. So, I mean, they can sit like this indefinitely, honestly.
Yeah.
So it's fine. But kind of like we were talking about with the bacon, we need to make room for things. So And then, I mean, we can't eat them until they're cured, so, I mean, we could. We have
Can't eat them until they're dry.
Right. We
So.
could cook them and eat them.
Yeah.
But we can't eat them as copa until they're dried.
Yep.
So, it's time to get them wrapped and drying.
Get them stuffed inside well, that one will go in a bung.
Yeah.
That one's going to be a collagen casing because
Yeah.
it's too big. That's a big copa. Are you just intrigued by this camera? Yeah? You are so curious. So I guess I'm doing this one.
Yep. So we have a sheet of collagen here. I trimmed it down because we don't need the whole giant thing. But that should be enough to fit this. Just roll it up as tight as you can. Try to keep the air pockets out of it if you can.
There's the first one I have tied up myself. Usually Meg is the one who ties these up, but I kind of want to learn. This one is not as tight as I would like. I mean, it's almost there. Next one will be a little bit tighter. I am just going to prick it with my little sausage pricker, pop all the air bubbles. That way, really you don't want any air bubbles trapped because, you know, funky stuff. Plus, you know, it's cured, so now it has to dry, and it's all about getting it to dry. One this big, I bet you this one takes 6 months to cure. This next one I've got to do, I bet you that one doesn't take as long to cure. So I'm gonna get this all pricked and get it hung up.
Why do you guys step the meat?
Pop all the air bubbles. There's a new one. I should probably stick a drip catcher in the bottom of this. Just because once they start drying, they really start sweating. This one's not very fatty, but there is a lot of moisture still in it. So, yeah, better get a drip cup.
Okay, well, we never did get to that other copa, getting it wrapped up. We have been dealing with Hurricane Helene. She rolled through late last night, early this morning, and it just recently stopped raining and the wind has died down, and now we're out checking for damage and doing damage control. So we are out with our neighbors, Michaela and Taylor from Calico Cow Acres, clearing roads. There's a bunch of stuff on the way into town that has been cleared, or they're working on clearing it. Now we're working this way, you know, outside of town to check on other neighbors and clearing trees this way, just clearing roads. And it has been a doozy of a storm. That one was really rough. I know there's a lot of neighbors who have some damage to their houses. There are trees down all over. Michaela and Taylor went closer into town and they said it's really bad down there. There's power lines snapped everywhere. Almost all of us are out of power. And it looks like it might be a while before we get power restored. We're okay. We'll be okay for a while. We've got a generator And this is why we installed propane and a propane stove when we moved in, is because I knew we would probably be without power at times, and I wanted to be able to cook without power. So we'll be okay for a while, but we're trying to check on neighbors and see if everyone's okay. Yeah, it's just a lot of cleanup. For the most part, everybody's okay physically, so we're good there. We've checked on all the neighbors for that, and they're doing okay. It's just a matter of getting things cleaned up, fixed, repaired, that kind of stuff. So we're doing all right, but it's gonna be a long day trying to get everything cleaned up. But I did tell Ben, I said, the good news is we're gonna have wood chips.
All right, so it's the day after the hurricane. That was crazy. As you guys saw, basically, I know it's that way in the entire southeast right now, but our county, it's insane the amount of damage that that much rain and that much wind can do. Damage for us, honestly, is minimal. You can see there's a few trees down, nothing that really impedes our movement. Nothing fell on anything, nothing got damaged. I don't think the pig house got damaged, but even if it did, it's a pig house, it's fine. The most important thing is I need to be able to get this tree out of here so their electric fence will be functional again. Yesterday, while it was still raining and we were like, you know, the wind was pretty much done, but it was still kind of sprinkling, me and the boys came out here and I was feeding pigs, and it was probably about 10 o'clock, so it was way later than I normally feed. These pigs, they were just climbing out. They knew the fence was off and they were like, okay, we're just gonna climb over the fence and go get food ourselves. So I was able to keep them in. I went and got a solar energizer, one of the, you know, the chicken fence energizers. The line that goes up into the woods to those pigs is broken because a tree fell on it. So I basically isolated just this pin and I'm energizing it. And yeah, it's working for now. That's the goal for today. Get this tree chipped up and dealt with out of their pen. It's gonna be a muddy day. We have a new skyline. Actually, the thing I've noticed around most of the neighborhood, everybody has a new skyline. We got everything taken care of in that pen. There's a big dead one. It was one they, right where they pooped was right around that tree, and it killed that tree, so it came down. It's so brittle. Honestly, I could just get in there and stomp on it and it would just disintegrate. I might just do that. I have a couple more trees that I have to get done today, but that was the only pressing tree. We dealt with the more pressing trees yesterday. I guess we'll end this video with kind of a word to the wise. Always be prepared. Always have everything you need ready.
Yeah.
I think about the only thing that we weren't prepared for was I didn't have a whole lot of gas or diesel on hand. As far as, you know, outside stuff goes, I wish I'd had a little bit more, but we're fine.
Yeah.
We don't know how long we'll be without power.
Probably a minute.
Probably a long minute.
Yeah.
Judging by the outage map, it's all of the southeast.
Yeah.
I think I saw a number this morning that said 4 million people without power. It's a lot of people. I know that when we were clearing the road and getting neighbors' driveways cleared, every single power pole, the lines on either side of the power pole were down.
Yeah, and a lot of them were snapped.
Yeah, most of them were snapped. When you can see this end of the power line and this end of the power line, it's kind of...
Yeah,
pretty.
Nobody's got power.
Nobody's got power.
And our friends that have made it into town have said that town's almost worse. So, yeah.
All right. We'll just be out here doing our thing.
Hanging out, eating food.
Yep.
Yeah,
Stay tuned.
Canning a lot.
I think we're gonna go consolidate freezers.
Yeah.
And get them running for a little bit.
Yep. I will say I'm very thankful. Oh.
Thanks for checking.
Hey, at least that's on solar. I will say I am glad it is not freezing cold and it is not blazing hot.
I mean, it's kind of warm, but it's not 90 degrees.
No, it's not. Like,
this
it's
is
comfortable
doable
in the house. So. And it's not, like I said, not freezing cold.
Yep. All right, that's gonna do it for us for today.
Yep.
Catch you guys on the next one.
Bye.